bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With news of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. Cases of coronavirus in Israel have passed the 6,000 mark, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced new travel restrictions to and from the predominantly ultra-Orthodox city of Bnei Brak. It's reported that the rate of infection from coronavirus there is double anywhere else in the country. Netanyahu said all needs of residents will be filled, and those who are confirmed with coronavirus but do not require hospitalization will be taken to dedicated hotels for treatment. Police and IDF have handed out food supplies to civilians in the area. Local officials opposed the initiatives to put in place closures on Bnei Brak, calling it an act of war that should be used to fight terror and not civilians. Riots in Jaffa, with residents burning tires and dumpsters in protest of arrests made for breaking the coronavirus quarantine. As an officer on a routine tour of the city's predominantly Arab neighborhood was attempting to determine if a youth was more than 100 meters from his home, he was surrounded by residents, and shortly after backup arrived, clashes started between residents and police, resulting in the arrest of 4 others. The young man was fined 500 shekels for breaking the health ministry directive, and residents continued to protest, saying they received harsh treatment by the police. The Israeli government is planning to lift some of the current restrictions for fighting the spread of coronavirus late in April, although officials warn that Israelis will have to adjust their lives to a completely new daily routine. Initially, restrictions will be lifted for at least 2 weeks, with officials assessing needed measures going forward. Children will remain at home for at least another month, but young people with no underlying health conditions or those who have recovered from the virus will be allowed to return to work. National Security Council Director Amir Ben Shabbat said that there would be a careful, slow, and gradual forming of a daily routine completely different from what Israelis are accustomed to. And U.S. Vice President Mike Pence has asked the FDA to expedite permits needed as the government looks into claims by Orthodox Jewish American doctor Vladimir Zelenko, who says he's cured some 700 COVID-19 patients using a malaria drug, along with supplements and antibiotics. I'm Susan Michaels.
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.